Welcome back to another video. In this video we are going to work on the detail page, and we actually have few resources here, like we have this left icon, we have a heart icon, and then we have these preview images. I have already downloaded them and added into the Xcode, so I have preview image 1, 2, 3 and 4. Also have the heart icon and the left arrow, and I also added them into the extension, so I have these images here. And I think that's all. One last thing is we need to prepare this data for this preview. So what we can do is write another extension in here for the mock data service, and in here we can have maybe get preview images, a function, and it is going to return just an image. So for this reason I think we may need to have a SwiftUI in here as well. And now we can just write dot preview image 1 in this 2, 3 and 4. So now we have all 4 images, and we have the array of images that we can return from here. And now we can go into our view, and we need to actually create a new group and name it as detail. Let's just move this home at the top, and we need to create a new file. Make sure it's a SwiftUI view and name it as DetailView. So I'm going to close the canvas, but you can open it so that you can see what we are building. And so we have this image, and you can notice we have this card which is a bit on top of the image. So it's like it has some offset so that it's going above the image. And yeah, so let's just begin. And then we have this image that actually is almost taking the half of the screen. So first thing we need in here is actually the destination or something that we want to display detail for. So we need a destination, and then we can provide destination for our preview from mock data service dot instance dot, maybe we can, because we are going to enable this for both of these, the mountain and popular, so you can use just any of them, it's fine. And now we can go to our body and use a geometry reader, because we want to have half of the height for the image and other half for the card that is on top of the image. So we need a v-stack in here, alignment of leading and no spacing, and then we need the destination dot image. We need to resize it, and then we need the scale, I guess, to fill, and then we need to provide a frame. And since we have reader, so we can write the height as reader dot size dot height and multiply it by 0.5 so that we have 50% of the height. And for the max width we can use infinity, and then we need I guess we need a scroll wheel, because this content can be long, and on a smaller devices the user may need to scroll it, so we actually need a scroll view in here. And then we need the same thing that's in there, we need a frames, and then we need to add a padding, and we are using a 50% height for the image and 50% height for our scroll view. And yeah, we just need to give background to our scroll view as well, and we can use a rounded corner radius of maybe 12. and we need to fill it with color dot I guess white versus black, so a color which is aware of the device appearance. And then yeah, I guess that's all. Okay, we need actually offset as well so that we can push it. So if you give a positive offset, it's going to push it down, but instead if you give it a negative offset, then it's going to push it to the top. And then we have this name for the place or title, so we need a vstack in here, and we need further hashtag, and within this hashtag we actually need another vstack, and this is because we want to display the destination dot title and the location for the destination. So for the location we further need an hashtag, so image dot location, and then a text for the destination location. And yeah, and after this we need a space and this price. So we need, I guess, okay, it's already an hashtag, so we don't need an hashtag. So what we need is a text that displays the destination amount, and then another text that displays per person. You can actually use a formatted string and have one text, that's also fine, but I'm going to use two different text views. Okay, and then we have this description, so we can, after this hashtag, we can write text that displays the destination dot description, and then we have this preview and the rating, so it's further hashtag, and then we have a text that displays the preview, a spacer, and then we have this star and a rating. So I guess we need an hashtag in here. So first we need an image. You can actually write this inside the extension, that's also fine, but let's just use maybe in here. So star dot fill, and then foreground color of maybe yellow, and then we have this text. So text of 4.8, and we need to add a background padding of 5 maybe, or maybe 4, and then let's just have a background which is color dot appdesign, and then we need to display our preview images, so we can write a scroll view in here. It has to be a horizontal, and we do not want the indicators, and we are inside a vstack, so we further need an hashtag in here, and then we need for each, and we already have our images in mock data, so we can get preview images. And then if you want, you can write a card maybe, and yeah, for the ID let's just try to use backslash or self. Let's see if it's fine for the ID. Yeah, so we, I guess, cannot use it like this. So what we need to do is maybe have another model in here. Let's just create a Swift file, name it as preview, and then we need to create a struct in here, and it's going to have an image of type image, and let's just use a SwiftUI so that we have this access to image, and then we need to conform it to identifiable, and then we need to provide an ID. So we can use uuid.uuid string, and then instead of directly using the images in our mock data service, we can return this preview, and we can now use dot image, and for the image we can use dot preview image1, and just copy over these lines. So 2, 3, and 4, sorry. So now for our detail view, now this is already conforming to a view, so we can maybe name it as preview now. And if you want, you can use a separate card like we are using it, but since it's just an image, so maybe we can just directly display it in here like preview.image. and if you want, maybe you can use this frame, because I guess it's already has a frame of 90 by 90, so we can use a width of 90, a height of 90, and we can remove the alignment. So yeah, and then we need to, this is the first, so we need to provide the font to the title, so it's 18700, and for the font dot system 18 and 700 is bold, so we need to use bold in here. And then this location, it's actually 14600, so dot font dot system 14, and width, I guess it's medium or something. And we also need to provide frame in here. So, and for this whole hashtag we can use a foreground color of blue, and then we have this destination amount, so person is 12500 dot font dot system 500, I guess it's medium, and this 48 is 24700, and maybe the foreground color as well of gray for the person. And this has a font dot system, it's 24, and width of bold. And then we have this description, so it says 14400, so 14400 I guess is regular. And then we have the preview and our star, and then we forget this book now button. So in the end we have this button after this scroll view, so we can write a button in here, and for the text it says book now, and then we need a padding in here, a frame with a maximum width of infinity, and a background color of blue, and a corner radius I guess of 15 or something, it's 8 actually. So that's it. Okay, we actually have this two overlays as well for the, so we can close the scroll view, and for this vstack we actually first need to ignore the safe area so that our image can go beyond the safe area, and then we need to add an overlay. So for the alignment we are going to use dot top, and for the content we are going to use an hashtag. We already have image, so we can use image dot left arrow dot padding, and then background. For the background we can use a rounded rectangle, corner radius of maybe 12, we can confirm, and not sure you can see the corner radius. Yeah, it's 8. So corner radius of 8, and we can also give it a frame width of 36, height of 36, and with the alignment. And then if you want, you can have a tab gesture in here. So for that we need to have an environment, so that if user press on it, you can dismiss the view. So we need to dismiss from the environment, and once user taps on this one, we are going to dismiss this view. And after the image, we need to have a space, and then we need image.height, .padding, and then .frame. Again, width of 36, height of 36, no alignment, and then a background, rounded corner radius of 8, and we need to fill this with color gray. We need to fill this one as well, and yeah. So after this, we can provide a padding to our edge tag. So I guess that's all. Let's see how this looks. So I'm going to open the canvas. So I'm going to zoom out. So I guess this looks fine. This looks great. We just need to correct few things here. And first, I can see that we have this issue in here. So instead of using maybe this max width, we can use directly width. Have reader dot size dot width, and yeah. So for the scroll view, we had this issue. We need a foreground color for this book now. So foreground color of white, so that it's white instead of this bluish color. And we also need to provide a font, so you can check out the Figma and see what's the font used, and everything else looks fine. I guess we just need an alignment in here for this V stack, alignment of leading, because this right now looks like it's in the center. And yeah, for this whole V stack, we need an alignment of leading. And one more thing, we need to use maybe an offset of 40, so that yeah, now it looks good. And if you want, you can see maybe in some other place, so how it looks like. So I guess this is fine. So we can close this canvas. Now we just need to connect this detail view with our home view. So I can go to the home view, and we can have a state in here. Can name it as maybe selected place or something, so it will be a destination. And then actually not sure what it's complaining about. So we can remove this, but I think it's maybe complaining about the default value for this destination, so we can by default set it as mail. And then we need to whenever user is going to tap on maybe on a popular destination, we can set this selected place equals to the destination, and then we have, I guess, this popular row, so we can copy this and go down here, and if user is going to tap on this uh, mountain, so we also need to move to a new page. So now we have selected place equals to mountain, and then on this V stack after the padding you can have this full screen cover, and yeah. So now what we need is we need to provide an item that conforms to identifiable protocol. We can fix that. We need to provide selected place, and for the content we need maybe our destination in here, and then we can go to the detail view and use our destination. So I think you remember this from the SwiftUI for beginners playlist that we had studied this whole screen cover, and the only thing we need right now is we need to conform this to identifiable, so we can just quickly do it and use an ID in here as well, and UID string. So now this should work fine, and I guess we need to use a dollar sign because this is of course binding, so we have to provide a dollar sign to it. And now if you go open your canvas and now if you tap on any mountain, we have the detail for the mountain, so we can press the back arrow to dismiss the view, and yeah, so just like that our app is completed. So this is just the project I wanted to share with you guys, so that you can understand how to utilize everything that we have learned in the SwiftUI for beginner playlist, and how to build a real world app. Of course, this is just the beginning. We are going to work on very exciting apps, and I'm soon launching another playlist for the advanced concept, like how to load data from the networks, so that instead of this mock data, you have something from the networks, so like from the API or something. And then we are going to work on database. So stay tuned and let me know if you have anything in the comment, and I will see you in the next series.